going to talk about how the Clarity Act impacts this, because a lot of you are probably thinking, do we still need the Clarity Act? What does that have to do with anything? We're going to talk more about that in a minute. But this means that based off how the SEC and CFTC are looking at this today, they see XRP as a digital commodity. Super exciting stuff here. And like I said, this fills a piece of the puzzle that we were missing since XRP was determined not to be a security. Now we have the official language that XRP moving forward will be classified as a digital commodity, adding a very critical piece of clarity that XRP has been lacking up until now. Now, a lot of people are probably then going to ask the question, well, what does the Clarity Bill have to do with this now? Well, the issue is, and it's crazy to say that because it just is a huge win, but the current problem could potentially be how another SEC or another CFTC looks at this determination. It's very possible that if we had another administration come in and have another Gary Gensler type person, they could come in and essentially say, hey, now we're looking at it different. So we still really want the Clarity Bill to sign this into law and make sure we're not just going to keep getting determinations back and forth on what one token might be versus another token. We really want this explicitly put into law. But the good news is that this interpretation from the SEC is specifically written in line and with guidance from the current Clarity Bill. So it's not like, oh, the Clarity Bill is going to say something dramatically differently. No, in fact, this seems to be written with the Clarity Bill heavily in mind, and therefore this interpretation should stand on any bill coming forward. So this is the SEC saying, hey, based off current securities laws, XRP is not a security, and based off of what we see coming in the Clarity Bill, XRP still won't be a security. It will be classified as a digital commodity, and then the Clarity Bill should explicitly state exactly what a digital commodity is in the eyes of the law, because right now, the SEC is saying XRP is a digital commodity, but we've really never had the existence of a digital commodity before. The SEC has to write this interpretation based off of where the rules are today. And right now they're in the process of defining that digital commodity, but they have to act within a framework of the law. And some of that stuff is essentially still being voted in. So the Clarity Act is still a critical piece of this. You can tell that the SEC and CFTC wrote this interpretation with essentially the idea that we need this Clarity Act to pass very soon.